What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. So guys, I want to talk about this particular viral video, and I won't play the quote unquote disciplinary action behind the video, but it involves basically a young man who is 15, right? And he's a 15-year-old young man that just happens to be involved in gang life, still a kid. So he's hanging out with, let's say, some of the ops. He's been friendly to them and all of that and everything. So he's being disciplined by the older gang leader for, as they would say, hanging out with the ops. Now, actually, they start hitting the kid with the belt, but I'm not gonna play that part. I think we'll just play the part of him, talking about what happened, and then maybe like afterwards. So let's play that clip.
Why is this happening, bro?
Because I wasn't telling the truth.
I'm gonna ask you again, why was this happening, bro?
Because I texted one of the ops, I guess.
And you was with the ops, right?
Yeah.
Alright.
So let me just say this. Allegedly, the story goes, this young man, okay, had a friend. He's known this friend since kindergarten. But because that other friend is now on the ops, he can't be friends no more. And I want to talk about this because with black men and black people, we tend to have a lot of that energy with other black people. Even coming up in Sacramento, I was from Del Paso Heights. Rule of thumb is you don't have no friends from Oak Park, even if you're not in the gang. Oak Park is a no-no. You don't talk to those people, right? And then it got a little worse when I got into high school. I seen this happen because my parents, my mom, and there's a neighborhood called Strawberry Manor. So most of them, it's a neighborhood right adjacent to Del Paso Heights. It's right adjacent there next. My mom's best friend is from Strawberry Manors. By the time I got out of high school, after high school, to have friends from Strawberry Manors is crazy, right? Shout out to Shamar. I'm not gonna mention his last name from Strawberry Manors. It was still good. Brother Raymond Green, people like that, the Jordan's family. It's just, but now, like, you can't even really be friends if you're in gangs from people you grew up with. Your grandmas as friends, right? Your grandma's singing a choir together. Your family intermarried. But this is the same kind of hatred as black people and black men we have for one another. East Oakland, West Oakland, back in the day. I don't know how it is now, the politics. But now we have that energy towards each other. And that's why as black men, instead of, even if we're not in gangs, that kind of energy, man, I don't trust this dude. I don't trust this N-word. And as brothers, we don't get a chance to really just start building to see if that person is a good person. Then you go to jail, right? Almost in any prison system, especially in California, where you're segregated by race. So now you got to go there, and the same guy you shooting in the street, he's defending you in the pen. Just so when you get out the pen, you can't even be cool with him no more. And this is the energy that we are teaching our men to have towards each other. It's not just black men who are in gangs that exhibit this behavior. A lot of black men in the corporate structure are like that. They have that same anti-black male mentality. And I can prove it to you. That's why we don't have a lot of business and a lot of black male business networks. We don't have that. It's not just African versus African American. You'd be surprised at how many of us as black men do the same exact thing without even knowing it. We walk into places. We don't want to be around each other. Many of us sometimes are afraid to be around each other. Afraid that something gonna pop off, that somebody is disrespecting you. So you gotta say something back without even listening to each other to see if the brother is trying to be sincere about something. We don't even give our black men a chance to even be on a friendly level, to even give a brother a chance to make a mistake. Listen, brother, that wasn't the right thing. To let a black man become a man, let him feel like a man and everything like that. As friends, to be able to achieve something with our brothers, because our mindset is like that. If you think about it, that's how a lot of us look at each other. And that's the reason why when your kid is in a summer job, we don't have any business your son can work at or your daughter can work at, because we have been told if it's not by that person, right? Think about it. My own mother, stay away from those dudes. Those, get away from black people. Get around them. Black people, that's what she used to tell me sometimes. Black people are toxic, okay? It be your own people. And sure enough, that can be true, but she forgot to tell me something. That my people was gonna liberate me forever. That I have what I have because of black people. I met some of the most wonderful people, man, on the internet, and I met them in real life that have changed my life in a shorter time than if I would have been in corporate America working for 40 years. And then you gonna tell me I need to give up on the people I've been working with. I've been working with people all over the world, right? Black people in Africa, black people in Europe, black people in America. And I had to get out of that mindset of, these jiggers is this. And absolutely, you do have that. You do have some brothers in the Pookie and Ray Ray culture. I won't deny that. But at the same time, we won't have that energy for somebody else. We won't. We go to the white person and all of a sudden, he ain't the ops. The Asian person ain't the ops. But a lot of blacks, I don't care how educated, we look at each other as the ops. Then you look at your stuff and your communities and you look at like, why I don't have any businesses? Man, why we don't leverage our talent? Because you can never leverage your talent and your resources with somebody you look at as the ops, bro. It's never gonna happen. Like, you can never have a relationship with women or men that you look at as ops. If you ever look at them as ops, I don't care how much money you have, you can never get anything from that individual. Not that's positive. And I'm not saying that you're not gonna get scammed by a person in your community or a person in Africa. I'm not telling you not gonna get somebody not gonna pay you or somebody not gonna try to do. Yeah, man, people can do whatever. People can do crazy stuff. But now, when we start teaching our people that they're the ops, it's just not Pookies and Ray Rays. We have been taught that about each other for a long time. And I'm here to tell you that that's false. It's a lot of black people out here who will help you. All you need to be is a good person, man. Be a good person. Honesty goes in the black community, man. Honesty goes a long way. People love an honest person. People love a person who's gonna say they're gonna do. People love a person who's real. Everybody love a person like that, okay? And we gotta, and with some of our young men out here, we are here holding up too many barriers and not breaking down the barriers. And then we wonder why we don't have anything. It's because of the things like this. And even though that nobody beat me into not wanting to do with blacks, I had that mental condition. Mom and grandma, don't deal with a woman who's dark skinned. You too dark, you need some color. That's the same thing. So in other words, don't deal with your women, right? Because a lot of them dark, so they can't be a good woman for you. They not a woman enough to have your children. This is what we tell each other. Even without being in gangs, we look at each other as the ops, as the opposition. Then you turn around and say, we don't have no businesses, we don't have no stores, we don't have no communities. It's impossible to do it with that mindset. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe, hit the bell. We're out.